Try explaining this one for me for a moment. A literal offender firing an alleged offender. Does it make sense to you? It sure doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what's going on with some of these places, there's some bands and stuff, but it's literally all I can see about it. And I'd rather move on to hockey as soon as possible. And by as soon as possible, I mean just in time for us to take part in some AHL stuff. They're still going through like making sure ice is all good and stuff, pregame stuff. It actually does not supposed to start till about 3:05, somewhere along those lines. But that doesn't mean we can't start early. But welcome everybody to more hockey. It's gonna be the only focus you get for a while. Because, well, maybe not for a while, but at least until I decide otherwise. I might do some soccer. Think I finally got something figured out for it. But setting that aside, we got ourselves AHL. It's between the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, who I've been covering a few times throughout the season, and the Providence Bruins. Can you take a guess as to what they are? Sorry about that. I just had to make a slight adjustment here. At least I know how to operate things this time. And camera's back like nothing ever happened. Boom. Just had to make a slight little adjustment, was all. And the best way I can describe that whole thing, if they want it to be the only shithead to run the shit show. Then I finally figured out turn that pen on and off consistently. The stylus pen, that is. I think the game's actually about to start, if I'm seeing that correctly. Let me see here. I just been making. Think we should be all good here. I think I can go to the game center here. Alright, it doesn't update just yet. Until it's officially underway. Forgot about that. But I did make sure to put some games on the. Now that the NFL season is over, I can actually display games like this now. Where the results are on the bottom. And I don't have to worry about anything whatsoever. We do have the Olympics coming up for the So there'll be a hockey break for that period of time. For the maybe for the AHL at least, but I don't think the ECHL is going to do their All Stars weekend. They're gonna do their All Star break next week, not this week, next week, because they're not in line with everyone else. So they're not gonna have a break for the Olympics. Be a smart thing to do. You know that, right? You know that'd be the smart thing to do, don't you, ECHL? Anyway, I haven't had any dinner yet. Probably have some during the game. Just to make sure I'm all good. But I'm sure somebody's gonna be wanting NFL stuff. Well, I can definitely tell you that both the Panthers and Packers were one and done. Packers blew their lead to the Bears. The Panthers put up a pretty good fight, believe it or not. But they kept getting their own way. So, yeah. Not what you want. So, now we can talk about what's officially in net. Actually, you can think me, I don't think I even updated at the players, not like it matters anyway. But the game is officially about to get underway. I didn't mean to do that. But now I can talk about who's starting and stuff. So, in goal for the Phantoms is Alexei Kolosov. And in goal for the Bruins is Michael DiPietro. As the puck was dropped, game is underway, folks. This is being played in Providence. In case it wasn't obvious as to where it was being played. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who makes a joke about the region name being Providence. But they are a U.S. team. And they play in a city called Providence. It's pretty simple, actually. And fans with the puck. They couldn't get to it in time. It's turned over. More turnover. And that one was just sent towards the Bruin player, so it was intercepted. And they're going to call that one an icing. And that nice thing about this particular site here, they actually showed me the player names. So that actually helps me out a little bit. And nobody's even managed to get much of a shot going. And that went straight into the glove of DiPietro. Phantom's actually managing to get some shots in early on. This is a game that could affect who sits on top of the division. Apparently, Lane Johnson is inactive for the Eagles. Well, a shocker. I have the 6 o'clock one enabled just in case it goes beyond. Goes into that. Does that make sense? Still possible for that to happen. So the 6 o'clock batch of games are there just to be on the safe side. Shot is saved. The Phantoms are getting in shots early. But not much. And playing it back and forth like so. Bruins couldn't do it. Try to get it out, and that was some crash for a net. As fans we're still trying, but they're not gonna get it. The Bruins Nope. He got a little cutie. It's offsides. But yeah, keep in mind it's still only early in the game, so neither side has been able to neither side are truly locked into their zone stuff. And Bruins take a shot. It's wide. And on the rebound. Another shot that is straight into the glove of Kolosov. And they're going to be taking some switches. Battle for the puck. Bruins seemed like they had come away with it. Take the shot. It's not going to even be close to the net. Bruins is give themselves another chance. And some defenders stop it. And here's more rebounding. And that's going to be cleared away. Phantom's now out in control. And there's going to be a penalty coming up. And this is going to be against the Bruins for hooking. Ty Gallagher is going to end up going in the penalty box. And that was most likely a penalty that occurred while one of the Phantom players was trying to get lined up for a shot. So it's going to be a power play for the Phantoms. And I would like to see the action, if you don't mind, please. You're kind of jacking up. Cameraman, jacking it up, jacking it up. See if the fans can make it the opportunity. And in the battle for the puck, it ends up being cleared. So the Phantoms are going to have to rebound. Phantoms looking for any chances they can. Some sturdy goaltending. And the Bruins are actually going to try to go advantage on the shorthander. They can't get it. And now the Phantoms are looking for another chance themselves. They're unable to do so as some back and forth and the Bruins clears the puck. Time running down the penalty. Puck can't seem to figure out where it wants to go. And the Phantoms are able to get the puck back. So they may not be able to take advantage of the penalty. And that's it. Bruins are going to be back at full strength. As here's somewhat of a breakaway. And that shot is going to go in for the Bruins goal. Oh, it's Ty Gallagher fresh off the power play. Well, fresh off the penalty. Who gets it in? It's his third goal of the season. And they jump ahead early off their first shot. I think that's their first shot. And that's an icing. And it'll be, and of course, whenever there's stoppage like that, they're given a chance to switch out some players if they want. They can switch out players during the play too. Just not as many. Unless their opportunity lines up. Bruins take back the puck on a turnover. And this is gonna end up in the hands of the Phantoms, who've had a few opportunities in a battle. Bruins with it now. Should it, there's not gonna be a call for icing. That player just got flung. One just got flung. And no icing again. They're gonna let it play. Bruins can't seem to hang on. Neither side can. That's not gonna be waved off as they're gonna call him inbounds. Bams, that shot's wide. I think that was a shot that was wide. And some of the action of the back and forth is just gonna remain they'll end up being Phantom's puck, but they'll have to regroup. And among their efforts is going to turn to a battle for the puck. And it comes away in favor of the Bruins. And it's going to be turned over. Phantoms turn it over themselves. Bruins now have it. And a shot. There is no goal. They're stopped. Bruins trying to do something they can't, and it's going to end up being shot by DiPietro all the way back towards the end. But now the Phantoms, and there's going to be a play dead for offsides. As, as there's actually going to be a penalty here. It's Anthony Ricard there for the Phantoms getting called for a tripping penalty. I think they're finally on immediate timeout. So the power play for the Bruins, as they'll be looking to extend their lead. And they're not going to call another penalty. And they'll just let them play. Shot is stopped by Kolosov. And that puck is cleared. Bruins on another chance. They haven't been able to do anything at this with it right now. Lining up for a chance to shoot. And nope, they ain't gonna get there. Shot ain't gonna get there either. And that penalty looks like that's just gonna be good. At the full strength for the Phantoms. So the Bruins are forced to regroup again. Phantoms now with the puck. They advance it. Couldn't contain control. They're forced to regroup. No icing. They're just going to let it play out. Bruins sending it the other way. Gonna end up with the Phantoms. And a little bit of a battle here. Bruins with it. Struggling to find opportunities again. As I don't know who left the stick on the ice, but I guess somebody did. And that is not gonna go through. They're gonna go on a immediate timeout. They don't give me much to talk about with me. Yes. But we are closing in towards the end of this first period. As we're in the final 5 minutes. Alright, camera, you gotta do your job. It's here. There's a little bit of stalling on the Bruins end. They're finally gonna move. Or not. Or perhaps they will. Turnovers on turnovers. Phantoms with it right now. And no penalty inbound. That shot is just going to be saved and forced into the face-off. As we got a little bit of chirping going on. Somehow there's always some kind of chirping involved for somebody. They're advertising Capital Blue Cross. Like, Blue Cross is typically one of the better insurance companies. From just from experience and hearsay. I like the Blue Cross plans. The blade goes back on. And no, I'm not wearing anything related to solar bears. This is actually just a random shirt that I found online. Hey, we got some extracurricular and I don't think anybody got enough fun, but
got beef, motherfuckers!
yeah, we definitely got, oh yeah, there were some punches being thrown. Everybody's having to be separated from each other. And there's gonna be some players going in the penalty box here. We had some gloves come off. Some helmets come off. I don't think we really had gloves come off, but we at least had helmets. They'll send some people to the penalty box. I'm sure. Definitely had some beef going on. Visit rivals, extracurricular. You know the recipe. See how they're gonna sort this one out. And they only got 2 penalties. They only called 2 penalties for everything. They're gonna get House grants for the Phantoms and Riley the Tufty for the Bruins on roughing calls. It's just gonna be 2 minutes on 4-on-4. We only had some roughing calls. Oh, you definitely seen some beef. So there's 4 players on each set for 2 minutes. And we are towards the end of the period as well. We're how long before something spoils over to where we see an actual fight. Saves galore. It's crazy to think. All this stuff boils over as there's going to be and there's the save, and we're gonna have the late penalty coming up the Kolosov getting pulled off from the net, and Lay's gonna be stopped dead. And it's gonna be a hooking penalty. No, it's gonna be a tripping penalty against Matthew Poitras for the Bruins. So it's gonna be 4-on-3 for 21 seconds. Then it's gonna be a power play. Oh, they changed it to hooking. They did change it for hooking. It's against Matthew Poitras of the Bruins. So it's gonna be a power play for the Phantoms going into the second period. Unless of course they score here. But this 4-on-3 ain't gonna last that long. And now we got ourselves a regular old power play. The second of the game for the Phantoms. I'll see if they can even things up. But I think that's probably how this period comes to an end. They'll have a little bit of a power play going into the second period, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I hope you wanted fireworks, people. I hope you wanted fireworks. Because there was a little bit of fireworks, but not a whole lot. And that is going to be, and that's it for the intermission. So that's it for the period. It's gonna go into intermission. 24 seconds of a power play to kick off the second period. As Patchy gonna be right back because I got make sure get some dinner going. Alrighty, I'm back. And I got my dinner with me. So they should be getting ready to do the second period soon. Yeah, that puck just slid right by. I want that one goal. Hold over. Yeah, they're back out there for the second period. It's like I thought. I'm trying to do the best I can to keep up. But the puck is dropped. Phantoms looking to basically get on a little bit of a better start. And there goes the penalty. But Bruins are back at full strength. And that's an icing. Apparently, the Bills took the lead again. Miss wide. And there is a penalty. They're going to call a delay of game against Michael Callahan. That was quick. They're not going to be able to do that. I have to eat and commentate at the same time. It ain't easy. Dinner come off size. A neutral zone face off. And we got a broken stick. Almost another one. Wow. Had some falls and stuff. Well, apparently the Jaguars just lost, and I'm a happy person. There was a reason I didn't buy the hype. Tell the Jazz to enjoy the couch. As a bunch of frauds. That just made my day. Bye bye. Now I'm even started on this next dogger. Oh, yeah, a penalty. Oops. Fixing that now. $33 years over of not having won on a playoff game in the season they didn't win their division. By the way, that was an icing. It's just, ha ha. Told you so. I didn't buy the hype for a reason. Let's move on. First playoff win on the road, huh? Can't wait to see what excuses the Jags bring up now. Sorry to commentate and eat at the same time, guys, okay? And Bruins. And well, stuff is going on apparently. There's an icing. But no, it's not icing. In fact, it's actually going to be a goal for the Bruins. It got waved off. Or did it not even go far enough for an icing? Either way, it's Riley Tufte getting the second goal of the game for the Bruins. How hilarious. Just hilarious. Well, apparently it's a penalty. It's against Dalton Bancroft of the Bruins for high sticking. Wow. It's crazy. Now, since they're on media time, I'm going to go get myself something to drink. Maybe if they had actually taken the point, they wouldn't be in that situation. They got three. They came back to bite them. What makes it funnier? The thing people were buying the hype of the Jags. Just crazy, ain't it? But another penalty attempt for the Phantoms. Yeah, that feels a lot better. My stomach's feeling better from that. Both our teams are 5-0 in the Super Bowl since 2000. Ryan Clark, the Connor McDavid of the NFL. Dude always carries his team to success, and he's just way too talented. No, I guess that's Josh Allen there. Just so funny. You know that this game has been overshadowed when I'm talking about laughing at the Jags. You know it. Absolutely know it. It's just too funny to pass on. Oh yeah, that's right. The penalty's over. It's been over. Should probably fix that. In there. Got two fuckers on the Jags. And they're stupid. Stupid idiocy. And by the way, I think a little bird just told me that there's gonna be a new Super Bowl champion this year. And there's the first goal for the Phantoms. They managed to get on the board. And it's Alexei Gendron who manages to get the job done. Yep, they win. Or Alexei Gendron, apparently. No, that shot is gonna be stopped in its tracks by Kolosov. Phantoms are hoping to try to get a comeback going. And that's a nope. Looks like there's gonna be a media timeout. I'll have some time to change the class here. Alrighty, here we go. Back from, and they're about to drop the puck again. And I'll be able to clean up my mess during the second intermission. It's crazy to think just how different things were. I was just saying, there's no Chiefs in the way. So for the Bills, this is their best and last chance. let's try to focus on this game, okay? And it seems like we're gonna have some separation in need. It's crazy to think how today has been. And time is winding down again for a variety of reasons. But here comes the Phantoms, and there's a turnover. That's a save. Now the Phantoms advancing down. Bruins with it. Nope. It's gonna go right in for a goal for the Phantoms. This game is tied. Went straight in there. There after countless changes in possession. That's Devin Kaplan who nails it in. The fourth goal of the season for Kaplan. And now third period is going to be must watch. Bruins managed to get momentum going the first. They get an early one to start the second. And then in quickness, Phantoms tie up. Who's going to strike first? Get the three. Well, one player felt it for the Bruins. So they're on a media timeout. Go. Half time to get another glass. Suddenly the game got excited. It got excited that something happened. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. I repeat it. There is stuff happening here. Didn't mean for that to turn on. I'm curious as to what the new ECHL team and what the new name for the Grizzlies is going to be when they move to New Jersey after the season, because they did get sold and they're going to be moved after the season. So it's crazy to think how things evolved. Also, apparently the Bruins have a player named Billy Sweezy. Billy Sweezy. That is quite the name. Billy Sweezy on defense. Just found that a little funny. Oh, they just mentioned him too. How is that funny? It's just talking about that. Just think. There could have been a lot of other kinds of situations. Now I wonder who's going to give something up first. Some deflections. Gotta get those deflections in. Step back. And wow, that bug went through. That is one of the most finicky ways I've seen a puck go through. It's one of the more finicky ways I've seen a puck go through, and that's a goal for the Bruins. They get the lead right back for Frederick Rene. It just went up and in. Yeah, that was a goal. Clean. Phantoms with it now. Almost went in. And a whole lot of bodies there at the crease. That puck almost went in. That was a wild set of circumstances that occurred there. You get those kinds of wild moments sometimes. That one's being rolled off sides. I hope you were wanting fireworks, because now you're getting them in the form of goals. It's just been a little bit back and forth during this final minute. Think the other NFL game is now going on. I have no reason to tune in after that. But that's pretty much going to end this second period. Yeah, that's it. That's it for the period. 20 more minutes to go. And I'm going to do some cleanup work. We'll be back. Man, I'm already about full. I'm just feeling bored right now. Just can't believe. I still can't get over the way the Jags lost. They're, they're frauds. Jags were frauds. I've been saying it. I didn't buy the hype. It's pretty obvious as to why. Just been crazy. Just trying to do some stuff here. think somebody's shooting fireworks. This time. I don't know if you noticed, but the Jags lost. Honestly, at this point, I don't think they even care. I really don't think anybody cares. But I can tell there was probably fireworks shared over that. I can imagine. I don't know if they got the news or not. But their period is underway, folks. Their period is underway. Fans trail by one. I'm just trying to watch for anything that goes on. It's pretty early, but apparently somebody has a broken stick. But they probably have been gone from the ice by now. Anyone knows it till then. What is it with broken sticks? For some reason, it seems like the sticks break more easily now. I don't know what it is with sticks breaking so easily. They're supposed to be durable. You think? but there's been nothing of note yet. Man, Dre isn't letting his foot off the gas. Rip on for Rip on Trevi is right for starting on a Bills defense after a series of devastating injuries. Proceeds to play the game of his life against Jacksonville. Many such cases. Ooh. I can definitely feel how full my belly is. See how soon this game ends. Oh. Man, didn't think I'd be having these things on a stream. It's way things work sometimes. Trying to keep watch on how this game goes. It's been one of those, man, I didn't think I'd be not talking this much, but sometimes I'd be like that. But yeah, it's pretty much been next to nothing. Aside from a puck in a net. Didn't think having chili cheese dolls would give me these issues. How it is sometimes. Oh, yeah. That's tough. I forgot there was a game going on. Camera operators, am I right? Wonder how well this would go for them. You know what? I think I might just copy and paste the NHL format and just have the fives be substitutions. The number of substitutions they have or something. And like that. That'd probably be the better thing to do. So I guess while this game is going on, let me show you what I have here. Turns what's going on. And there's the save by De Pietro. This is where I had it fixed at this point. Think I'm just gonna copy and paste over the. It doesn't exactly look right. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of these and get rid of these. Because this format actually works out a lot better. I'm showing you some behind the scenes stuff on the fly. As you can see, this is gonna be the first game that goes on the docket. This is the game I'm putting on the docket first. And that is straight to the glove. But yeah, as you can see, I think it's just easier to just carry over the. It'll just be easier to carry over the format I've been using for hockey, just adjust it for soccer purposes. Think I might have to miss a little bit of action, I think. I don't think so. Okay, I don't think I have to miss much of the action at all. He try to get out of where it'll go into the net. Man, they're trying. I, But yeah, I think just going with this format in particular, it's just gonna make things easier for me when I do get to MLS. A lot of the format's the same anyway. Just that I would be repurposing. That manipulated video, huh? Using manipulated video, man. Lovely. But yeah, you can see this is gonna be the preview matchup stuff. It's a lot cleaner. It'd be a lot cleaner if I went with it, copy and pasted the hockey format. Just it, just with a more soccer flair. But yeah, nothing's been called in terms of penalties. Nothing has been scored in terms of goals. And there's just not much going on. Aside from nobody being able to know how to control the puck, apparently. A little weird be having these issues this late. But sooner or later, goalie's gonna get pulled. That's how this game is. That's how this period has been. Sooner or later, Kolosov is gonna get pulled. Just been endless back and forth. Let me make sure if this will go as far down as I think it will. Yep. Use that for the number of substitutions available. Because I believe you're allowed up to 5 substitutions. So you got your preview of which game I'm going to be making use of to kick off the next MLS season. I would do Premier League or Bundesliga if I wanted to, but a lot of it's going to come down to when they're played because there's a lot of morning ones, and I don't know if there'd be people willing to handle some morning ones like that. Really don't. They'll announce this very well announced the schedule for the sprint season eventually, followed by the schedule for the first season under the more standard format. I'm sure the MLS will. I mainly wanted to do the MLS this season because this is going to be the last one under the current format. And I may also look through the sprint format. So just like with NFL, I'll only cover either one up until the regular season is over. And what I may do for when it comes time for that first season under the new format. And we got some action now, and some exceptions are being made here. We definitely got some beef now.
We've got beef, motherfuckers!
They're that's definitely gonna be recorded. And yeah, that's where it started, right there. Started with Kaplan. Started there with Kaplan throwing that what looked to be a bit of a punch. The Bruins players went in and took exception to it. Hell broke loose. And they're gonna get the main two that were involved. Kaplan and Frederick Burnett. The two most recent people who score goals, they both got called for roughing. They actually got a double minor to Kaplan for roughing. So they might just assess this as a 5-on-4. It is officially going to be assessed as a Bruins power play. I think they're going to assess it as a 5-on-4. Yeah, there's 4 players out on the ice for the Phantoms. So yeah, 5-on-4. It'll be 2-minute power play. The other 2 calls cannot be released until first whistle after 2 minutes. So it will be a power play for the Bruins. And that was a short-handed attempt that is saved. And with time winding down, they need opportunities like that. And we got Gargoyles later this week for back-to-back rounds against the exact same opponent. I think it's against the exact same opponent. I believe it's the Royals. I mean, if it's not, false advertising on my end, but I tried. I tried to get as accurate as I can to the game details. In terms of who plays who on that day. I will say this game is definitely on pace to end in regulation. We've been having a lot of games that end in regulation as of late. I think most of the games I've covered in the hockey realm has ended in regulation. I believe we only had 1 game. No, 2 games. Only 2 games this 3 games this hockey season. Only 3 games this hockey season that I've covered. Across the ECHL and AHL have gone to overtime. They've all been everything else has been in regulation. And that's it for the power play. And the other 2 should be released. As I've already seen the update. I know what's about to happen here. That's why I got the feed here. Phantoms with the puck. Stall a little bit. They're gonna go on the move. And Kolosov is gonna make his way over to the net. Oh, to the bench. Extra man out on the ice. As the Phantoms are looking to tie this game up. And we're gonna have ourselves a penalty. Apparently coming up. Yep, there it is. Hey, I just saw all the refs' hand go up. There is a penalty coming up. It's gonna be against Victor Soderstrom. He's gonna be sent in the penalty box for cross-checking. It's gonna be 6-on-4. As timeout is called. A minute 7 to go in the game in regulation. I think it's gonna be 6-on-4. They just wanted. They had to call the timeout. I'll try to sort out a game plan. Yeah, 6-on-4. Unless they score here, fans will be on power play the rest of the game. Or unless they get called for a penalty. Whichever one it is. But it will be a power play. Close out regulation. And it's a battle for the puck right now. Phantoms managed to hold on. The shot is straight into the yeah. So they're gonna get Garrett Wilson for slashing. So it'll go down to a 4-on-4. But they are gonna gear up to take him out of the net. And so the Phantoms go on to advance it. Yeah, he's off. 5-on-4, extra man out there. Phantoms are hoping to try to tie it up in a battle of the puck here. They're not gonna. No, it doesn't look like they'll be able to do it. And here's the shot straight for the empty net. And they'll do it. It's an empty net goal for Patrick Brown to put the Bruins up by 2 with 5 seconds left in regulation. That's gonna be how this game comes to an end. So it's likely still gonna be 4-on-4. Yeah, it'll still be 4-on-4. And that's how it ends. And some stuff is going on. All right. And that will end it. The Bruins win 4-2 over the Phantoms. And that's where our AHL hockey thing ends for the month. Got 2 more hockey games back to back for you later in the week. And I'm sure it won't go so horribly wrong for somebody. But I'd like to thank you all so much for tuning in. And until next time, travel safely. Goodbye, everyone.